That car is like almost under. Those cars are literally under. Seriously? Oh no!
Wild weather still a risk for Queensland and northern NSW amid ex-Cyclone Alfred. Flash flooding could still strike amid ex-Tropical Cyclone Alfred's heavy rainfalls, even as wind speeds ease, authorities have warned. Hervey Bay, about 300 kilometres north of Brisbane, was struck with a heavy downpour of more than 300 millimetres of rain in a few hours on Sunday, leading to flash flooding impacting some homes and businesses.
What you don't get is the smell, everybody. The smell's horrible.
Police and firefighters rescued people from more than 7 vehicles in the area. At 9:35 a.m., police made an emergency declaration and told residents to shelter indoors and avoid driving unless necessary. Winds also crashed through Brisbane on Saturday night, and heavy rainfall persisted throughout the southeast of the state on Sunday. In New South Wales, concerns abated of waters spilling over Lismore's levee, but locations including Grafton were under flood warnings as the local Clarence River suddenly swelled. A few pockets have already recorded more than half a metre of rain in total, including Dorrigo, 850 millimetres, and Meldrum, 926 millimetres in the mid-north coast. The cyclone, a rare event for Queensland's southeast and northern NSW, was downgraded to a tropical low early Saturday after hitting Moreton Island. It then hovered off Bribie Island before finally moving overland on Saturday night. The Bureau of Meteorology's Sue Oates said Sunday would be the key day for heavy rainfalls in Queensland, and NSW could expect heavy rainfall on Monday.
They use that one as their idiots. Someone's lost their under engine.
She predicted conditions would ease for eastern Australia by Tuesday. The winds on the weekend were less than a cyclone, but nonetheless remained strong. Sensors recorded gusts of 98 kilometers per hour as far as Toowoomba, 130 kilometers to the west. Azot said the conditions were fueled partly by a high-pressure system over the Tasman interacting with the ex-cyclonic conditions. She said the BOM had not been caught out by the wind blasts and severe weather warnings had been continually issued. The winds caused more trees to topple into houses and power lines, adding to a toll in Brisbane that had already devastated the Gold Coast and other coastal areas. Queensland Premier David Crisafulli said 450,000 Queensland homes and businesses in total had lost power, a record for a natural disaster in the state, and restoration services had seen this reduced to about 300,000. Queensland-owned Energex, which maintains that network, said about 1,600 lines have fallen to the ground and it was working to bring power back online. We don't have restoration info for most areas, nor can we give updates on individual premises or areas via social media. The info simply isn't available until we understand the impacts of this new overnight damage, Energex said on Sunday morning. In Annisdo, about 45,000 places were without power, but that had been reduced to 14,000 as of Sunday morning. But wild weather also wreaked havoc with telecommunications. The Commonwealth-backed internet company National Broadband Network said 252,000 customers had been interrupted, mostly due to mains electricity outages as equipment connected to the NBN network will not work without power. Many of our sites remain operating on backup power sources, and where possible, we are deploying generators to support connectivity, and will continue to work with the emergency authorities to deploy more generators, the NBN said. Retailers of internet and mobile phone services were also caught out. Optus said over 100,000 of its services were impacted. Telstra could not provide an overall number of affected customers, but said that 164 of its mobile sites, 7,268 landlines, and 1,849 ADSL broadband services were affected. Tweed Shire Council also confirmed that Bilambo Heights, Terranora, and some parts of Benora Point still needed to boil water. The flooding has already claimed the life of a man whose 4WE was caught in floodwaters near Dorrigo. His body was found on Saturday. The man has since been identified as 61-year-old Tommy Cook. 2 Army vehicles also rolled near Lismore on Saturday. 12 soldiers there to help in disaster efforts remained in hospital on Sunday, with 2 in a serious condition. Amid debate about whether Defence Force personnel should be working on disasters, NSO Premier Chris Minns maintained their services were needed in communities. Queensland Police said no lives had been lost and no one had so far been reported missing in the state. Some Queensland schools were opening on Monday, with the Queensland Premier saying details would be published late on Sunday. He told people to search School Closures Queensland for details. In Northern NSO, more than 290 schools are to be closed until at least Tuesday, with NSO's Education Department saying it anticipated operations would resume early in the week.
My